Hello and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you a gimbal from FeiyuTech. Now this is a G6 Max, which is kind of a medium size gimbal. So this is very good for a mirrorless camera like the Canon M3 or Sony A6 or A7, that types of camera. It's also very good for action camera like GoPro, that kind of a small size camera. It's also very good for smartphone, which is like this one here. So this gimbal can do all three. And this one I got from Amazon for £259. So I'm going to show you guys the unboxing, what you get for your money. So if you pay £259, what do you get? All my video is about giving you the information so you can see the products before you actually pay for them. If you enjoy my video, please consider to like, share and subscribe and help my channel grow. And it all lays out quite nicely like this. It's all kind of laser cut or molded. Come with a stubby tripod. This must be the mounting plate. USB-C cable. And that's the gimbal itself. There we go. Now this gimbal here, it has a lock on the axle, so in storage it actually doesn't move from its position. But when you come to using it, all you need to do is just need to click up and then it can move. Now this type of gimbal is 360. What it means is that the wire inside doesn't tangle, so it doesn't stop after you spin it, let's say 360, keep going, which is a very good idea for some interesting shots. For example, if you want to do a panoramic shot and come back to itself, this one can do it. This is the phone grip or phone holder. Here, bunch of cable, a mounting screw. This one looks like a kind of action camera mount. Yep, so there's your action camera mounting system. Metal construction or alloy. Oh, I like this. This is really smooth. Good resistance to it. Got a joystick and a trigger button. A USB port behind the dust cover. Actually, using any type of gimbal, the first thing you need to do is actually get rid of this strap. Now this strap here is very useful if you go on holiday and stuff like that, so you have your camera around your neck. Now this is my travel camera, so I might have to put the strap back on eventually. There we go, free! Clicking this button here, so this XL is now free. This click here and then this XL free, so now it is free to rotate. Okay, so according to the instruction, this is how I will balance my camera, and it kinds of like, want to stay in the forward kind of position. So this will be perfectly for minimizing the stress on the motor, and it will give you the best result. So to switch it on, all you need to do is just hit the power button on the side here, and it will fire it up, and it will face the correct way, because you know it's correct because the trigger is in the front and it's actually pointing at the right direction. Okay, so far my first impression is really smooth. There is no motor noise, as shouldn't, but it's so quiet. The joystick is perfect, working. That's the maximum we will go at the moment. Oh, you go all the way until upside down. Okay, cool. And that is what the gimbal is supposed to do, is stabilize the camera for you, so you don't have to worry about moving about. Let me switch this on. This is really exaggerating in terms of like the shakiness. Now all the parameters you can still like adjust on the foot on the. You still cannot. You can still do fine adjustment, but out of the box, I'm pretty chuffed with this. Okay, so basic usage, you can actually use it right now if you need to, but you can also set up a phone app with this. So QR code, let's scan that and install the software. So it's Feiyu on. So I'm not going to download it from the link. I don't like doing that anyway. So let's go to Play Store. Okay, once you install the software, it automatically detects that I have this gimbal right here. And it's already connected. So I can actually control the gimbal with my phone. How cool is that? And you can set what mode it is on. For example, this one is completely follow. So even if you tilt it, you can see the camera tilt as well. But what it does is kind of smooth out all the little movement. So you make it a bit smoother. You got this one here, which is now completely sent. Or you also got this mode here, which is basically it will point or follow wherever you want it to push to. And this one here, the sideways tilt is locked, so it's always horizontal, but you can still change direction. And finally, this is all locked. So it doesn't matter what you do, it still point at the same direction. So with a gimbal, you can do a lot of interesting shots. So upside down, following, low sweeping shots. And this is what the gimbal is designed for. So inside the app, you got other options. For example, joystick setting. So you can adjust how much the joystick will move your camera and how fast it want to go. So for example, you can set it to really fast. So this spring a lot faster. Or you can set to slow, and then it swing a lot slower. It depends on what you want to do with the gimbal. You might have your own kind of a preference. You can also set the direction. For example, now it's down and up, so when you press down, it go down, but you can also have it in reverse. Some people are built in that way, they do it differently. Motor strength, I wouldn't go in there, I just leave it as default. But if you have a heavier camera, you can actually change and adjust the strength of the motor to suit what you need. Time-lapse, this is one of the functions which is quite neat. So you can say like from one point to another and then just set a timer and it will slowly move the camera angle for you. So when you're doing time-lapse, that is quite interesting. So I am going to take this now outside and do some test footage and see how stable this is with the G6 Max. Here we are, look. Ooh. Okay, now this is completely locked in one direction towards the window. If I'm handhelding this, you'll be sick by now. Yep, so I had locked, so let's go and have a look. So these are my solar panels. Oh, how smooth is this? I'm holding this with one hand on top of a ladder, and I'm just sweeping it slowly, sweeping it across. Kind of take out all the jerkiness. Let's try out the button. Be fast. Okay. Sideways panning. This is really cool. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a behind the scenes video, and I'm going to test out the gimbal as well. So that's my bench right there, and that's how I usually film my review video. So I've got two sets of lights there, so if I walk towards it, there we go. So moving quickly. Doesn't seem to have any problem on my little screen. It looks alright. So that's the rest of my studio. So that's my wall of my portraits that I took for other people. That's my exercise bike. And now I'm going to do a low sweeping shot. So this is going to be very close to the ground. So I'm holding the camera kind of like the gimbal pointing to the ground, and I'm going to just run with it. But of course, it's not just for a small compact mirrorless camera. It also can be used for a GoPro. It comes with a mounting system, but I always have mine in a cage, or it's already got the threaded mount. So I'm just going to obviously switch off the moment, and I'm just going to screw this on top. Exactly like how you would with a camera. And you balance it by moving it around. And again, switch it on. Bam. Perfect. Not perfect. Okay, so just now I'm trying my best to adjust the gimbal, but it just wouldn't budge because the motor is sending too much strength to try and balance a very light weight. So what you need to do is go into the app and then go into setting and then go into the motor strength and then just press adaptation. What it does, it will calibrate itself and tell the motor how much strength it needs. So so it wouldn't do that shaking bit just now. So again, so this is a GoPro stabilized. Now my GoPro already very good kind of a stabilization, but sometimes you want to do a little bit extra, and this is something that you might want to do, or might not, but the option is there. And now you kind of adapt it to my phone and stabilize my phone as well. And you do some really cool and amazing stuff with a gimbal like this. You can do a panning 360, which you can't really do by hand because no way you can go as smooth as this. So coming to the end of my review video, this is what your money can get you. So for the 200 odd pounds, you buy a gimbal, which you can use it for all three devices that I had. You can use it for the smartphone, you can use it for a mirrorless, and you can use it for the GoPro. No problem there. I hope you enjoyed my video, and don't forget, if you like my video, please consider to share, like, and subscribe to my channel, and I see you next time with more amazing products. Bye bye.